I'm just gonna go all in on this video this time around because this very well may be my last time I cover Katseye. The way this group has gone downhill should be studied. Genuinely.
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
So, the song was leaked weeks before its release. Weeks before Katseye turned their YouTube logo into a pink one, and weeks before the teaser for Pinky Up was released. This was definitely leaked on purpose. I feel like whoever leaked the dance practice specifically went through an app similar to something that I use called Bleach Bypass, where you can actually make a video have a worse resolution on it. Like you can make a video or a photo look like it was filmed in 340p rather than 1080, for example. I think that's what was done to make this seem like, oh, is this real? Is this AI? Because so many people were claiming that all of the videos and even the song itself in the choreo video was AI. Now, I could tell that this wasn't AI. To me, it sounded like just a demo for a song. It makes me wonder, since this was definitely leaked on purpose, that's just how I feel about it at least. I don't see how this was accidental when it led to countless people making choreography, dance videos before the song had even been confirmed or released. I don't see how this was accidental because if anything, it helped propel them into having a successful comeback even more. But in this leaked choreo video, you can see that at this dance practice, there are 6 members. It's not the 5. So whenever the song was completed, whenever the dance practice was completed and the members had learned the choreo, Manon was involved in this entire process. There's even an interview clip and photo shoot where Manon is there, and these are the same exact wigs shown in this specific part of the music video and in the teaser concept photos that were released prior to Pinky Up being available to stream. So that means Manon was part of making Pinky Up. Clearly, they removed her vocals from the song. She is nowhere to be heard. And then on top of that, the music video, she's nowhere to be seen. There were also music video sketches, like the layout of the music video and what each member would be doing in the music video. Those sketches were leaked as well, which I find really convenient. Almost like they may be trying to make things controversial on purpose to drive the hype up, which would be expected. I mean, it's the pop industry. They have to get people's eyes on them even more. More attention is good, even if it's chaotic attention. But Manon was supposed to be in the video game, like kind of arcade looking thing in the music video. And then Manon was also included in the sketch to be in the trunk. But then in the music video, and I'll get to that when the time comes, Daniela is the one revealed to be in the trunk. And a lot of people leading up to the music video being released were convinced that Manon could be in the trunk. Now, I thought this is probably not going to happen because, first of all, she wasn't even in the concept photos that they released. So she's not in the concept photos, so then why would she be in the actual music video? That to me was like, okay, I really doubt that this was going to happen. And I turned out to be right there. It did not happen. Manon's parts were replaced by Daniela, and I don't fault Daniela for that. She's just doing what the company wants her to do, and frankly, I am of the belief that they are setting Daniela up to get even more hate than usual, even more hate than she's been getting because of her father's comments on Manon needing to have a better work ethic and all this stuff. Like, he can say what he wants to say. We all have freedom of speech, but you know, his comments have affected the way his daughter is being treated online. He even said that none of the things that he's said have been posted without Danny's approval. And so if that is all true, it makes her look worse to make her refilm the parts that Manon was originally part of and basically take her spot. I wanted to wait this era out. Like, let's see if Manon will be part of this era, okay? And some people can say, well, she's on hiatus, so why would she be part of the music video? Well, that point of view doesn't really make sense to me when, like I've already mentioned, she was there for the filming of the dance practice. She was probably, I don't have confirmation of this, but she was probably there for the filming of the song, if she's learned the entire dance to it. So she was aware of this upcoming era to some extent. She was also included in the artist's sketches of how the music video would go and who would be in what scene, who would be in what attire. So to me, all of these things together are making it seem like Manon is not coming back to Katseye. Now, I don't have direct confirmation of that, but it just seems like all of these things together really point to that conclusion. I mean, if a member is on hiatus and is in fact coming back to the group, why would you take the time to edit her out of the footage? Why would you take the time to edit her vocals out of the song if she indeed is coming back? That wouldn't make any sense to edit someone out if they were really coming back. And it reminds me of Girls' Generation and when Jessica was likely forced out of the group. Even to this day, we don't have the full details on that. But Jessica was there with the filming of the original music video, Catch Me If You Can. You can look this up on YouTube. Look up Catch Me If You Can original music video, 9 members. So she was there. Her vocals were there. But then, for some reason, she's kicked out of the group. Some people say it was because she had like a fashion company or something like that, a brand, and the company felt like she wasn't putting her all into the group, even though she allegedly got confirmation from the company that it was okay for her to do this fashion side activity, whatever. So I'm just saying, this reminds me of that situation that happened quite a long time ago in K-pop. I don't see why people should continue to hold out hope that Manon is gonna be there. I wanted to include this part mostly before I get into the music video breakdown itself, because a lot of people are obsessing over the Manon situation. I made one video directly about the Manon situation. Here's the thing. I truly wonder, did Manon want to leave the group? Did she hear this song, see the dance, see the vision for the music video, and simply not align with it? Didn't feel like this was her vibe, that this was something she wanted to be a part of anymore? Was that why she's on an alleged hiatus? Here's the thing for me. I don't understand why the company has said she is on a hiatus for mental health reasons. And then I am proceeding to see her at a concert almost every other night, and then she also attended Coachella the day that Katseye performed. Now, obviously, there's tons of other artists that are performing, not just Katseye, but she's there. She's there. She at least looks to be well. She doesn't look like she is suffering from some illness. And I know a lot of her solo stans will say that she has like a bad immune system. Look, I don't think there's anything that's been put out there that's specified what exactly she's struggling with. If she's really struggling with a lot of depression, with the backlash that she's been getting, my heart goes out to her. I think all of the members are going through that to some extent, because being famous and projected into fame like that would be a jarring experience. Like, of course it would affect you mentally. But my thing is, this doesn't align with a typical hiatus that we've seen as stans of K-pop. Usually you don't see this person that often. Like, the whole point is that they're kind of inside, recovering, doing their own thing, perhaps getting therapy. Now, I don't know what's going on in Manon's personal life. I don't know. All of these things I'm saying are simply from an outside basis. I don't know these people personally. Duh. I'm just an outsider looking in, trying to form my own conclusions on these things. But Manon posts about being at Coachella. She posts about being at all these other concerts. She's spotted at them. This doesn't seem like someone who is on a hiatus because they just can't take the attention that they're getting from fame. To me, it doesn't signify that at all. I don't see how that falls in line with the story that Hybe Geffen is trying to make us believe. In all honesty, I feel like Manon wants out of the group or has been pushed out of the group. I'm not really sure which one I'm leaning more towards these days, but it seems like maybe she just didn't want to be part of the group anymore. Like, this wasn't her passion. It wasn't her dream. It was more of like a side project. And come at me if you want about that. This wasn't her dream. It's different in life when this is something that you've always wanted, to be a performer, to make music, to dance, to be an entertainer, versus something that the opportunity fell into your lap and you eventually decided, hey, I don't think this is for me. I can't take the mental or physical toll that this is putting me through, putting my body through, putting my mind through. So I'm saying that I could understand if Manon doesn't want to be part of it anymore. I'm wondering if we are going to get any confirmation on that at all. I've heard some people say that on April 30th, which is my birthday, that Manon will be allowed to finally disclose that she is not coming back to the group. Now, I'm not sure why people have reached that conclusion, why April 30th specifically. Why would Manon have to wait that long after all the Coachella performances are done? I'm confused on how people have reached that conclusion. But time will tell. This video has been uploaded before April 30th, 2026. So I don't know if anything is going to come out of that. Perhaps it's true. Perhaps it's not. We're just going to have to wait and see. But Manon literally being there at Coachella, watching different performances. I mean, guys, do you really think she's on a true hiatus? Do you really think so? Because I don't. I don't think she wanted to be part of the group anymore. I've just never in my life witnessed a hiatus of a group like this where the person is seen outside almost every other night when a big part of the hiatus is the mental health struggles from being famous. I don't know, but wouldn't you think that if that was like a really huge struggle, then maybe you would stay inside like a little bit more? Is that just me who thinks that? I don't know. This going out every night and being at all these other performers' concerts, to me, just doesn't make any sense. It feels like Hybe is lying to people. And, let's say that Manon does come back to the group, okay? I think that will be a horrible decision only because this has made the company look like they are racist towards Manon because she has liked posts about being the only black girl in the group. It makes me wonder, would Manon have felt better debuting in a group where there was one other black girl, for instance? Like, would that have made her feel better, for example? I mean, sure, we can categorize Lara as Asian, like Southeast Asian, but Lara is the darkest girl in the group. She's Indian. She's the only Indian girl in the group. So, I would kind of think that she at least felt some sort of camaraderie in that way with Lara, because Lara and Manon both looked the most different from the other members. So if this all was just a publicity stunt and Manon comes back and the company and her act like nothing ever happened, it's just a whole big mess. It makes the members look like maybe they've been mistreating her, pushing her out of the group. It makes everyone look bad. So at this point, I've changed my viewpoint a bit on the whole Manon situation compared to how I felt like a month or two ago, which is it almost seems better that Manon doesn't come back to the group because she's liked posts about being mistreated as the only black girl in the group. I don't know her experience. I don't know what would lead her to specifically reach that conclusion, okay? No specifics have been given. I don't know her life. But I'm just saying that itself makes you seem like you're othered from the group. Like either the company is mistreating you because of your race or the members are mistreating you because of your race. So it already makes the group seem way less cohesive and it makes it seem like y'all don't really get along behind the scenes, which is probably quite common with girl groups and boy groups and all these like groups where you have to work with these people and learn these dances and be around them all the time and perform. But typically companies want that stuff to not be as well known. They want it to seem like y'all do get along to some extent. So I kind of think that Manon might just go her own way. I don't think that this will be the end for her. Manon's beauty will allow her to have a lot more avenues in life. I think she may continue with acting because she acted in that little short film like of her friend. And I also believe that there's a high possibility that Manon will get into modeling as a serious job. I'm not sure if she already participated in modeling or not, but it just seems like the right kind of avenue to expect her to go down. And there's no doubt in my mind that she probably already has like multiple opportunities lined up. But the thing is, it would be tremendously difficult to get out of the company contract this early into it. I looked up how long is Katseye's contract, like when is it likely to be up. Apparently there's no concrete confirmation of this, but because it's K-pop adjacent, most people assume 7 years, which is typical in modern K-pop contracts. They used to be like 10 to 13 years and be seen as like slave contracts, but because of past lawsuits, the typical K-pop range is 7 years. So if that's true, many people think that their contract will only end around 2031. We have 5 more years until 2031 comes. So I really wonder, has Manon been able to get out of this contract in a way that most idols have never been able to easily get out? Does she have actual evidence of mistreatment that would allow the court to get her out of this contract so soon? Or perhaps has there been like a mutual agreement that Manon has come to with Hybe/Geffen to either not promote with the group as often or to maybe even do this as a publicity stunt for the group to cause controversy and have more people having their eyes on them? Like, for instance, is Manon gonna be in the music video? No, she wasn't. Is Manon gonna be at their first performance at Coachella? Their debut performance at Coachella as a group? No. All of these things lead me to believe that Manon is simply not coming back. And with the 5 girls remaining in the group, I really feel like watching them perform, they do seem cohesive enough without Manon. If this is a real possibility that they will have to continue the rest of their group activities as 5, I do think that they can make it. They have a good stage presence in general. All of them seem to be really into what they're doing, which is great. It's the great mark of a performer if they are passionate about it and not just simply doing it because it's something to do. And that's just the vibe that I've gotten from Manon. And people can come at me for that, but this stuff is really not that deep at the end of the day. This is just stuff to keep us occupied in our lives, okay? But anyway, I've yapped enough about Manon, and I likely won't really talk about her for the rest of the video. I wanted to get that topic about her out of the way because that's what a lot of people are obsessing over. But I want to break down the music video in particular, and boy, I am gonna piss some of y'all off. But I want to say what I want to say. Let's get into it. In the teaser, Yoonchae doesn't even look like herself. She looks like a boy in a wig with a facelift. Genuinely. Yoonchae is a gorgeous girl. Like, this blonde just doesn't fit her, at least not in the teaser for the music video. And Yoonchae is also filmed from the side, and she's on a bed. And yeah, let's have her like straddling a bed from the side when she's 18 now. Like, yeah, of course. I'm not even shocked. It's just disappointing. Daniela is barely clothed, as always, and that's how she likes it. And what else am I supposed to say about that at this point?
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.
Also, let's promote clubbing to our Gen Alpha fan base. And while Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae aren't even the legal drinking age yet here. But, oh right, I forgot the icons like to make edits of Megan being drunk at clubs while being 19 because that's cool. Definitely not dangerous behavior. Now, I'm not going to act like I didn't drink underage. I did, and I regret it. I had older guys like buy me alcohol, for instance. Anybody who is in their mid-20s and tries to glorify that behavior as a teenager is likely very immature. That's how I see things. Just because it's been normalized doesn't mean it should have been, nor is it an okay behavior. Being in those party atmospheres is dangerous, period. Legal drinking drinking age or not. The whole brat summer thing made a lot of Gen Z girls in particular think doing coke in the club is super cool when it's not. Charli XCX has some great music and she's extremely beautiful, but I do not like the lifestyle she openly endorses and glorifies. It's not cool, it's just leading to death and a lifetime of addiction. The concept photos. The styling is a mess. Just for these concept photos, I would say. Not for this entire era so far. I will say that Sophia and Laura in particular look great in my opinion, but wow. What the hell is going on here? The way Daniela is posed here says enough, but she really looks like she's going to shoot a corn video afterwards. That's how these girls are marketed to look. And it's really bizarre how icons are eating this up. Companies will continue to put out trash music if it sells well. As listeners, we have every right to critique. Now, people can claim, oh, they're trying to be camp. Okay, well, it doesn't work. Keywords, they're trying. Clearly, it isn't working. Look at this outfit that they gave Megan in this concept photo. I'm in disbelief that this is the concept photo that they released for her. The wig, it's not giving. It's not giving. Everyone's trying to have their Alyssa Liu moment, okay? And she didn't make that hairstyle, but she repopularized it. It's basically like same thing as having a raccoon tail in the scene subculture that was more popular in like the, I guess, more likely late 2000s. And it was already a thing, but it's just been repopularized, okay? The wig that they gave Megan here looks awful. It just looks awful. And Megan is my bias. She's stunning to me. Why? This whole outfit is just trash. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I think Sophia's outfit here is really cute. I like the little kind of plushy hat thing. I really like this outfit and it fits Sophia. Then with Yoonchae here, I just feel like the outfit is boring. It's not giving anything. And then with Daniela's, I don't know what to say. I can't even read what that thing is on her chest, like the bedazzled lettering. I don't know what it's supposed to say. It doesn't say Katseye or Pinky Up or Daniela, so I don't know what it's supposed to say. I guess maybe she's trying to go for a little Kim pose here. I don't know. All 5 of their outfits together in this photo just look a damn mess. I don't hate the styling overall for this era, but for the concept photos released prior to the music video, like, this is trash. It's trash. It's not giving what it was supposed to give. It looks mismatched. And maybe they're trying to go for like an XG type of thing where it's like very chaotic and avant-garde styling. Well, they need to keep trying because at this point, it didn't work. This attempt in particular didn't work. I also think they looked a mess for their Allure magazine photo shoot, and I would expect better styling and maybe better looking wigs too. I like colored hair and stuff, but just the wigs, for the most part, were not giving. Now let's talk about the music video. There's a big glaring problem with this. You know, they can have them sipping teacups and having their little pinkies up, but those of us that are older might be able to catch on to something. Do you see what they're hinting at? I mean, the beginning of the song, they're all like winding up their pinky as part of the choreo. And then they're singing about how the world's going to end and I'm going to live large and I'm going to make out with my bestest friends. I want to get high before it all burns down. They're winding their pinky up. Do you get what I'm saying? Coca-Cola, okay? I don't want YouTube to flag it. But that's what they're saying. I mean, they all have really long nails too, so it doesn't really help when we see close-up shots of them winding up their pinky. Oh, guys, they're literally promoting doing Coca-Cola. Like, I can't. I'm just wondering how much more debased is it gonna get? I will say that there are hints of their vocals coming through. We get to hear Megan start out the song, and then we hear Lara's beautiful vocals, followed by Sophia's, but then the Pinky Up chorus comes in and shatters it all. And then there comes the dolls. They're like, you, me, we, ye, he, she, we, he. It's so stupid. Literally, Hybe is just marketing queerness, and this is to sell better in the Western market because then people will just eat this up. And now I have to go on to this part of the video, which is bound to upset a lot of you, but it's my channel, and the point of these videos are to express my viewpoints. I want to preface this and say I am bisexual, but I choose to not act on my lesbian desires, to be in accordance with my Christian beliefs, as well as to respect the sanctity of my marriage. Mock me if you want. It's whatever. I say this because I'm not this fully straight woman who has never struggled with being LGBT. I can understand some aspects of the queer experience, and I used to be very woke, but things have changed within me since 2024. The video Pinky Up really panders to the trans community, particularly to trans women. I didn't understand if the 5 of the trans women were supposed to represent the 5 members of Katseye in the video, because in the sketch there was originally supposed to be 6 trans women rather than the final 5. So it felt like they were trying to match up with the members. It felt odd to me. Like, what is the point of this? Was it purely for trans representation? I will say I don't see these 5 people as women. They are very feminine and visually are quite passing, but here's the thing. Being beautiful doesn't mean you're a woman. Being a woman isn't a feeling. It's either a reality or it's not. I'm not going to be cornered to apologize for saying this. I used to be very woke with this issue, but I'm not anymore. God has transformed me. Perhaps that will make me be mocked to say it like that, but God truly has changed how I see most things, and the veil was removed from my eyes. I don't hate these people. It's not hate, and I know that. I can see a lot of beauty and talent amongst trans women. There are great trans musicians in particular, such as the late Sophie, Chase Icon, Kim Petras, and Audrey Hopert. Very artistic and creative as a community, but I find this pandering to be odd. Why do we need to show 5 feminine men to represent the 5 actually female members of Katseye? I don't hate the dolls. I don't hate this group of people. But being pretty will never equate with being female. You could be the ugliest woman on this earth and you are still a woman, period. I was apprehensive to say this despite it only being one part of my commentary on the Pinky Up music video, but I have to be willing to speak out on what has been normalized in this world and care more about pleasing God than pleasing people. So maybe you'll call me ugly or say I'm phobic this, phobic that. I know I'm neither of those things. I don't hate trans people. Disagreeing with something doesn't equate to hatred, but unfortunately, that's how it goes in this modern age. You can love people and care for their souls without affirming every part of their life. I know that I fall short every day and mess up. This isn't a holier than thou issue either. I know where my heart is, and I felt the need to speak up. Now, let's move on to the glaring issue with when the trans women open the trunk. What do you know? It's another advertisement. Daniela is snacking on Tru Fru. One little detail I only noticed after going back and watching the music video a few more times for this video is that even the license plate caters to the advertisement. It says Cat's Fruit instead of Katseye. Oh my god, I cannot. Let's continue. I know some people told me that I didn't need to include the section on my first Katseye video about them doing too many advertisements because it didn't fit with the title of the video. But I didn't want to make a completely separate video just on their ad obsession. I'm glad I included it because the issue gets more and more glaring with every comeback this group has. It's hard to take them seriously when Danny is snacking on chocolate-covered fruits. Like what? This isn't unheard of in music videos at all. One song I love that has a huge, glaring advertisement problem is Señorita by G-Idol. I love that song so much, but the music video is about makeup advertisements and it feels weird. I prefer music videos that are for artistic purposes to depict the vibe of the song instead of being made just to promote dumb stuff. I even saw an interview clip where Katseye is talking about Tru Fru, and it's just ridiculous and cringe. Ads take more importance than actual song quality. That's how I feel about the group at this point. I know money is what drives every industry, but the music industry in particular is so money hungry. The way they handle copyright so strictly shows how corrupt it really is.
but I digress.
I just feel like this music video tries to be deep when it's just not. I mean, like I said in the teaser photos, let's have Yoonchae laying on a bed and then lift herself up and put on a, I don't know, Baroque type of hat, cowboy-inspired hat, but it's not exactly that, more like Baroque. And then let's show Megan in her freaking underwear. It's just, what is there to say? It's weird. It's just weird. And then all of a sudden, after we see Megan sitting in her underwear on a fountain, then it cuts to the 5 girls in this, honestly, backrooms type of party room, which just seems really odd. And then there's a guy in a suit in the back of it, and all the members are just sitting there looking bored, and then it shows this guy close up, and it looks like something has happened to his eye in his life where he doesn't like have his right eye, and so that eye is closed and it looks like there is no eye, so he only has one eye and he's like staring at them from the back of the room. But then it pans to every single member in these wet blonde wigs and these feather outfits, and the guy's just in the back of the room. I don't know, is he supposed to be a butler? What the hell is this? I don't see the vision. I don't. There's also some other things that stick out, such as Megan licking the sword. And I already pointed out earlier in this video how Daniela is in the machine game thing, and there's like this old man in the corner who looks like he's comatose. I mean, is this supposed to be like the dichotomy between youth and partying and then being left to die in a retirement home? I mean, do you really think that the people making the music video thought that deep for it? I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but when you really look through the scenes of the music video bit by bit, because everything is shown extremely quick in this, it's actually kind of a creepy atmosphere that's created. Going pinky up and putting your pinky to your lips over and over, it looks like you're trying to rub the Coca-Cola residue on your frickin' inner lip to get the way that they are continuously having to like reel, you know, like catching a fish or something like that, like doing that kind of motion, but with their pinky coming up. And then some of them are like putting their pinky to their lip. You literally look like you're saying, let me put the residual powder on my gum so I can get that high. And then we see them all in the club scenes where they're all together dancing in the atrocious outfits. And then the music video ends. So yeah, I guess we should all do coke and go clubbing because the world's gonna end anyway. Yeah. Okay. Here's one thing that needs to be said before I talk about their performance at Coachella. They need to make their performances 18 plus at this point. If the group has to keep this sleazy marketing, then okay, so be it. But don't allow children at your shows then. This comment is more so directed at management. When I was younger, like 14 to 16, I was super into Marilyn Manson. Not anymore now, because I'm a Christian and I can't partake in his stuff since he's a Satanist, but that's besides the main point. I grew up in Las Vegas seeing many different concerts of many different genres, but I couldn't go to see him. Marilyn Manson's concert was 18 plus only, so my parents got to go, but not me. Artists can, at least at concerts, perform at venues where they don't allow children in. I would actually be able to respect Katseye's management just a teeny bit if they decided to do this for all future concert venues. I think with an actual music festival, this would be a lot harder, maybe borderline impossible to enforce. But for concert venues, yeah, I think they should make it 18 plus. But they won't. They'll lose out on money from the Gen Alphas asking their negligent parents for tickets, and the parents who don't do enough research or maybe just don't care to protect their children's eyes or ears will accompany them and let them go. Let's talk about Coachella. The 5 girls have great energy and seem to thoroughly enjoy performing, which is great to see even though their music overall isn't for me. They put a lot of energy into their dancing, and it's pretty clear that Pinky Up was created to hype up a crowd like Coachella, to get people to simply dance and party. The group does not seem noticeably empty without Manon at these stages, and when the chorus hits, their energy is at an all-time high, particularly with Megan and Daniela, who are the best dancers. I'm also impressed that their set was nearly 46 minutes long. Their endurance is impressive, and I commend them for the hard work they put into being performers, because that is no easy feat. I also want to say I really love the outfits for their week 1 Coachella stage. I find the outfits to be really cute. I love how colorful the fabric is with many different patterns, but a focus on the particular colors purple, blue, and pink. I see this as a major improvement from their typical stage outfits and think Megan's outfit is the best. Their set list started with Pinky Up, then Debut, then the members did a little introduction of themselves, back to performing Mean Girls and Touch, then the members of Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters, EJ, Ray Ami, and Audrey Nuna came out to perform Golden from the K-pop Demon Hunters movie with the members of Katseye. I wasn't expecting this, but I don't have much to say about it. This was a way for the members to show off their vocals. The harmonies they all created together sounded very beautiful for the most part, and the emotional atmosphere of the song came through. Then they performed Game Boy, followed by Internet Girl and Gabriella, M.I.A, and M.I.A, which I will focus on particularly here. Lara is grinding on the window part of the set, and then when the song is about to end, where Lara and Manon typically would get down on the stage floor and touch on each other, now Megan has taken Manon's place. Megan and Lara walk center stage, holding hands, and then they both get on their knees, and Lara grabs Megan to get closer and licks her neck and up to her cheek. I find this really odd. Both of these girls have boyfriends, and I know these two members have come out as bisexual, but it comes off as very performative anyway to be in straight relationships and then getting way too close with your female members. How is that not a form of cheating? You could say, well, it's just part of a performance, but okay, it's still actually happening. I'm wondering if Manon doesn't come back to the group at all, and let's say Megan has to take another hiatus. Who will take Megan's place with Lara? Will Lara just be on stage writhing around solo? Or will another member have to take her place? Maybe not, since Danny has said she's straight and only Megan and Lara have formally declared their bisexuality. There's only a couple more things I want to talk about before we wrap up this video. First of all, their styling at the Nylon House event at this year's Coachella, pictured here. I'm confused by this. It seems like Lara, Daniela, and Megan are going to the same event and going to go clubbing. But then Sophia and Yoonchae look more classy and like they're going to an elegant event. So I feel like if they're gonna commit to this more raunchy club vibe, it really has to be all or nothing. I'm not encouraging Yoonchae to participate in that. All I'm saying is it doesn't make sense for 3/5 of the group to be dressed like they're going to the club and the other 2/5 looking like they're going to this elegant event and looking more classy. It just seems like they need to be a bit more cohesive in their styling. Something I also held back from mentioning in my first Katseye video was Daniela and her faith, specifically her Catholic faith. I find it interesting that she wears her cross basically at all these performances, and Daniela is the one who seems to be the most keen on showing the most skin on stage and during choreography and wanting her clothes to be shorter and hemmed up higher. I find that concerning that she's said on a live stream that she's found Jesus, and Manon and Lara, this was like last year, they kind of went silent, and I could tell they were kind of like, oh, that's an awkward thing to say. But, you know, I thought, like, that's cool. That's cool that Danny was like, yeah, I found Jesus, like declaring her belief in him. But I just find it concerning that as a believer, she's seeming to get raunchier and raunchier on stage. And when you're a believer, I hold you to a different standard because there should be a different type of discernment going on. Now, from what I've heard, she's grown up in the faith, so maybe this is more of a cultural thing to her than a genuine relationship, but I don't know. I don't know where Danny's heart is. I'm not God. I'm just saying I wish her the best in her faith. I hope she continues to believe in Jesus, and maybe with time, as she gets a bit older, she might tame it down just a little bit, because I find it concerning that this dichotomy doesn't seem a bit alarming in her mind. Overall, you know, it's been interesting to see how Katseye has evolved, I guess one could say, since the last year. We came from gnarly last year, and now we're to Pinky Up. I wonder how much it's gonna go downhill. I also saw that the company is continuing to release fake leaks, allegedly.
Hey, it's Katseye! Who's ready for weekend 2? Thank you for watching the live stream. We felt all your love. Today we just announced our new project, Wild.
We're so excited to share this next chapter with all of our iPods.
Don't forget to tune in to watch a performance at the Sahara tent at 8 p.m. Pacific time this Friday.
See you!
Of their new upcoming songs, such as like an EP or an album named Wild. Let's keep our eyes out for that. I may cover their upcoming stuff, I may not. I do think that the choreography really saved Pinky Up, but it seems like the music itself is just not the focus. It's on dancing and doing advertisements. I find the group's marketing to be really off-putting, that the company is still choosing to market towards children with Dress to Impress now having Katseye as characters or something. I've seen people playing the Dress to Impress game, which I think is in Roblox. I've never played that. But yeah, it just seems really off-putting to continue to market this towards children. I'll be curious to see if on April 30th, Manon actually is able to announce whether or not she is departing from the group. Everything to me at this point leads me to believe that she is not coming back to the group. I do think it's best when a group keeps its original lineup. I think it does taint groups whenever someone is either forced out or leaves on their own accord. Even if the person is happy with leaving, it's just better for a lineup to stay the way it's supposed to stay. La Seraphim had a lineup change, and Mix, now and Hyphen. And sometimes it may be better for those groups, but then I think about, Girls' Generation, or for me in particular, (G)I-DLE and Monsta X. Sometimes when a member leaves and that's your favorite member, it can be really difficult to get back into that group and continue liking them and keeping up with them the same way that you did before. So I can totally understand if someone is a Manon bias, that they don't want to participate if she's not going to come back. I totally get that, and I do think that's valid, because sometimes there's just one member that sticks out to you a lot, and for me, that was Soojin from (G)I-DLE, and since she's left, I've not been into the group the same way I was from debut. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, please drop a cherry emoji, and yeah, if this upset you, just remember, it's my opinion. It's in the intro for a reason. Good night, and God bless.